Hey, want to start a website and start earning some money online? I'm a full-time blogger with over 2 years of blogging experience. In this video, you're going to understand everything you need to do to take your website from A to Z to make the most amount of money as quick as possible. My name is the London Nomad and it's my mission in life to make you financially free. The first step is picking the correct domain name for your website. The most profitable niches are below: health and finance, personal finance, business and marketing, tech, and education. Before you go crazy and start creating a website in any of these niches, you have to remember the important Google acronym YMYO. And that's your money, your life. If any niche revolves around health, such as doctor's advice, or money, such as investing or real estate, then it's a lot more difficult to rank because Google have to cover themselves and make sure that a person has the correct credibility in order to write about these topics so Google doesn't get in trouble. So it's going to be a lot more difficult, and I won't recommend any new blogger to start a website in a YMYL space. As a general rule for a new blogger, you want to start a website in a hobby niche, something like tennis, basketball, anything that isn't too difficult to rank for. This is what I did for my first website that was about gaming, and I recommend you to do the same. Ideally, you need to know enough about your niche so you can write confidently about the topics without doing too much research. This just makes it a lot easier because you're not wasting time learning and researching everything to do in the niche. You're not starting from zero. This doesn't mean you can't start a niche that you don't have any knowledge in, but you must have interest, because blogging takes a long time. It takes 9 months for your post to rank where it should be on Google. So if you can't see yourself writing about this topic for 2 years down the line, then don't bother doing it. Pick with something that you have initial interest in the start. Otherwise, it's going to feel like work and you're not going to want to do the topics, do the research for what you need to succeed. And think if you can make money with a niche, because this is what we're trying to do. I made a big mistake by creating a website about Muay Thai, which is a combat sport in Thailand. And the niche was so small, so I was always pigeonholed in how many people would click on my website because the niche is too small. A way to tell is to go on Amazon and search different products in your niche and see if there's any products that are more than $100. If there's not, maybe you can still make money, but it's a lot more difficult. So think of a niche that has a lot of people searching for it, ideally from US traffic, because US traffic is worth more, and has many different products or info products you can sell to people who go on your website. Now, you should always go broad with your domain name. Like, for example, my old gaming website that I sold is called The Gaming Man. It's very general. The old mistake I made is I initially called it Gaming Consoles Guy, which pigeonholed me in only creating content about gaming consoles. So go broad, but not too broad. An easy way to tell whether or not your niche is viable is using the tool Google Trends, which I'm going to go over now. First thing we want to do is we want to go to here and we want to switch it to the United States, because always we're targeting a US audience. So boom, United States. And I'm going to think of doing the personal finance niche. I know it's a very hard niche to do, but no, obviously you want to click on topic. So boom, personal finance. And another thing, let's say fitness as a topic. This is another very good physical fitness, boom. And as you can see, physical fitness has a huge amount of traffic compared to personal finance. So, makes me think different. So I'm going to say marketing, for example. Obviously, these are very general niches, marketing. You can see marketing is even more than physical fitness. And you can see here, when all these trends are filled up, it means that it's a very big topic. And obviously, these are very, very competitive topics. I'll showcase something like, if you wanted to start a hobby niche, which I recommend for a lot of people to do, to start like a craft niche, a sport you play like tennis or basketball, whatever. Let me write tennis, not table tennis. Just say table tennis. You're going to see how small it is. As you can see, these bars represent how popular the topic is. So 2, 59, 81, table tennis is very, very small. So now we're going to pick, let's say, making money online. This is a search term, so it's going to be different from the topic. So making money online, you can see it doesn't even register. But if we took, let's say, something more niche like cricket, which is a sport that a lot of the people in the world play, you can see here cricket is roughly half of physical fitness. So what this is telling me is physical fitness would be a very good niche to do because everyone wants to get fit. Everyone wants to look better, improve their health. A lot of people are working out at home during, coronavirus. So it seems like I could pick the physical fitness niche. But again, thing what you have to remember is every single one of these niches are going to have different monetization options. So for example, the cricket niche is a lot more difficult to make money on because generally Americans, they don't know nothing about cricket. You will get traffic from countries that are less valuable to advertisers like Pakistan, India, Trinidad. Ad companies will pay you less money than if it's America, than if it's United Kingdom, Canada. But remember, America is number one. So we always want to pick something that has high traffic from America. So once you found your niche, the next step is picking a good domain name. Don't take too long. Don't spend days on this. Maybe an hour, half an hour is good enough. Ideally, you want to pick a www.com domain name and make it short and memorable and broad and relevant to the niche. Remember, your domain name cannot include any trademark search. The US Patent and Trademark Office that you can see down in the link in the description to see if your domain name can be used. For example, if you want to do a website about electric cars, you can't have Tesla in your URL. Now, one thing, I never recommend buying a domain name via your host. For example, if your host is Bluehost, don't buy a domain name from Bluehost. This is because you're giving the provider too much power over you. If you have some sort of dispute, not only do they have your hosting, they have your domain name as well. And that's bad news. You always want to diversify. I buy all my domains from domains.com. Take a look in the link in the description and use the code domain10 to get 10% off your domain. And now that you signed up to domains.com, I'm going to walk you through the process of how to pick the best domain name that sounds cool and is broad. So when you signed up, click purchase domain, and here you will just type the URL of the domain you want. But to make it easier for you, there's a tool called domainwheel.com, and this is in the link in the description, where it will showcase whether or not the words you put are found by Google. So I want to make a personal finance niche because I've done blogging for a long time and it's one of the most, if not the most lucrative niche out there. And I think I have a chance of ranking in the near future. So I'm going to write making money. Search domain. Creating money, making money, building money. Making money sounds like make money. So I'm going to just throw something out there. Money making. Wealthfinder.com. Now remember, you don't need any of the add-on privacy. This is an upsell. You don't need that. So I'm going to just buy 1 year for now. I'm going to explain why I recommend why you should use CloudWays over shared hosting. One reason why Bluehost is very popular is because they have a fat, juicy affiliate commission, $50 to $100 per sign up. So other bloggers and other YouTubers are going to tell you to sign up with them. I'm telling you no, because with shared hosting, with your website server, you share your website with hundreds of different people. Naturally, this makes it harder for your website to rank because when the Google AI bots are trying to crawl your website, sometimes they think it's too slow and then they come back later. With CloudWays, you have your own dedicated server. You don't share the bandwidth with no one. This makes your websites faster, rank quicker, and everything you do in the WordPress dashboard is way quicker. I think it's a no-brainer to be on CloudWays. I recommend signing up to the DigitalOcean plan, and I'm going to explain later in the video everything you need to do. The whole setup is a seamless process for only $10 a month. With Bluehost's basic plan, you need to commit for 36 months, a year and a half, and it costs $2.65 a month for one website. Whereas if you want to make another website, you need to go on Bluehost Plus plan for multiple websites, which costs $12.99, equaling $184.07. The $7.35 a month you will save by going to Bluehost is not worth it. It's chump change. Because I estimate Via using CloudWays, your post will rank between 2 to 3 months faster than using shared hosting. It's going to take you longer to make money, and that $7 is not worth it. Look, we're businessmen, businesswomen here. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money. CloudWays has 30% off your first 3 months of hosting using the code HONEY30. Take a look at the affiliate link to help your boy out, link in the description, and you can sign up for 3 days for free with no credit card just to see how superior the platform is. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly walk through the initial steps in how to pick the server. So for your application, we want to keep it simple, version 5.9. This is just a nice clean install of WordPress. Boom, we click here. Now for these, name of your managing app, name of managed server, it's not really that important. So if you're doing, just name it your website. So if you're doing a website about tennis, just write tennis. And these projects, these are, again, the website's name. And your different applications are different websites. So I recommend for everyone who's just starting out to pick the cheapest one, which is DigitalOcean. You could go for a little bit more expensive and go for a voucher for $13 a month, which is what I do, but it's because I have several different websites. But DigitalOcean, you can put up to 10 different websites, which is considerably more than Bluehost's $2.65 for only one website and $13 for multiple websites. And remember, you have your own hosting, so it's super fast, super quick. Now, again, I recommend 1 gigabyte. So for low traffic websites, you're only going to run into problems when you probably have about 100,000 page views a month. And at that point, you can always easily upgrade on a monthly basis, unlike Bluehost, which tie you in for long-term contracts. On CloudWays, it's always a monthly basis, so you can always upgrade at your leisure. Now, for your location, I recommend New York because you want to choose a location that's closest to most of your audience. And because America, we're always trying to target US traffic, you want to do a location in America, New York. So this is just going to be a quick run through at the basic CloudWays dashboard. And remember, every application is a different website. So your application URL is currently what the domain or the server is pointing towards. As you click here, it says WordPress 6.3 blah, 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 blah. And obviously this isn't the domain name we picked earlier, so we need to change that. The other one, this is your admin panel. They just use your username that you signed up with and they give you a password. So as you can click here, it's the same thing, just with the WordPress dashboard login. So I'm going to show you how you can go to domains.com and point your real domain, what you want your website to be called, over to your CloudWays server. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste the IP address from CloudWays. Boom. You can just click it. Then we're going to head on over to domains.com. And from domains.com, you want to find out your specific domain name and then click DNS and name servers. Boom. Here, we want to add a DNS record. So boom, put the name as @ and then select the type as a name, and the content you simply want to copy and paste the IP address from CloudWays. Boom. Time to live 1.5 hours. It should take half an hour. It doesn't take long. And then boom, add DNS. Simple. This is going to make sure that your domain is pointing to the IP we want it to point at. Now we want to add another DNS record called a CNAME record. We want to call it www. What this is going to do, so if anyone searches www and then your domain name, it's going to direct that search to your actual server location, which is what we want. The last thing we need to do to make everything running smoothly is right now there are 2 different servers pointing to this domain name, which is naturally going to cause conflicts. So you want to head on over to this one, the one that's pointing to your old server IP, and you simply want to delete. Remember, you want to delete the one that says at the old server. So boom, we're going to delete it. Now everything should be working good. So now we need to go back to CloudWays and verify the changes we made. So what we want to do is we want to go to domain management and we want to enter in our domain. So in this case, it's success in wealth. This might take a minute to process. So as you can see, doing the following changes, our application URL has changed to what we want it to be. But when we click on it, you can see that it says the connection is not private. Now, this is because we haven't installed SSL on our website. And luckily for you and CloudWays, you don't need to use any plugins. It's for free. So we go on SSL certificate, we click on Let's Encrypt, which is free SSL. And for the domain email address, just write the normal one. And for the domain, obviously, you want to do www.the-domain. In this case, successinwealth.com. We want to click Install Certificate. It's going to take a little bit of time. Here you can see the SSL certificate is officially installed. And just in case, we want to make sure that auto renewal is set to enable. So this way is yearly for free, you will get free SSL certificate. Now we can go over and click on access details and click on Success in Wealth. Here you can see the domain is pointing exactly where we need it to be, and the SSL certificate is officially installed. Next, I'm going to explain what is the best practices to take your website on WordPress and get everything set up correctly to set you up for success down the road. The very last thing we need to do is to enable Cloudflare on all our websites. And this also makes signing your website up to a Zoic, which you want to do to make money from day one, a lot easier because it connects via cloud. What it does is a global network that makes everything connected to your website a lot faster and more secure, and makes it more harder for a hacker to hack your website. And luckily for all of us, it's free. So you want to sign up to Cloudflare. Again, look in the link in the description. Here, you just want to enter your domain name without the www. For the plan, we don't need to pay any money because we're not a big website. So you want to click to the $0 option. Now, all you need to do is we need to head on over back to domains.com and take a look at the name savers and replace them with a Zoic's name servers here. So I'm going to show you. See here when it says DNS and name servers, we want to go over to name savers next to your DNS records. And next to the name servers, we simply want to edit and we want to change them to this one and just press click to copy. So number one, sasha.ns at Cloudflare. Boom. You want to delete it, submit your changes. Then the bottom one, you want to do the same thing. Double check. Yep. Everything should be working 10/10 right now, but it may take up to 24 hours for your website to successfully be configured with Cloudflare. And after you press OK, it's going to tell you to do more with Cloudflare and to do some necessary recommendations to make your website run faster. So I always just click on view recommendations. This enables auto minify, so this reduces your certain file sizes for your website, which makes your website run faster. Boom, apply recommendation. And again, enable always use HTTPS. This just makes your website run faster by, instead of making HTTP, it's HTTPS. So you want to go over to CloudWays and you want to click on the admin. And this, your user information, the way you log in is there with your own password. So boom, I'm going to click here. And as you can see, here's the login information. If you've never seen this before, this is the WordPress dashboard. This is where we will do everything possible in order to make our website run 10/10. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to download a plugin for our website. Because right now, it's just got the simple default theme. And that's not really good enough for what we're going to do. So one of the best themes on WordPress for free is called GeneratePress. This link will be in the description. So boom, we're going to download GeneratePress. Boom, download. As you can see, little 5 out of 5 stars. What can you say? So as you can see, CloudWays installs a couple things that we don't want. So we're going to delete Hello Dolly. WordPress bot protection, I don't necessarily think this is useful. Asking the anti-spam is definitely useless because we're not going to put comments on our website because this invites bad links and general budginess that we don't want. So you're going to go to appearance, you're going to click on themes because remember the theme that we have is trash. We're going to go add new, and then we want to upload the theme that we just downloaded. Just go GeneratePress, slap it on here, and boom, click install now. Easy peasy. Now I've never actually used this theme before, so I'm going to walk you through the process and we'll see how easy it is for someone who's not really that tech savvy and who has never used the theme before. So you're going to click on activate because this is the best free theme. Okay. So as you can see, the trash theme we had before is completely changed by something called GeneratePress. You can see here, this is where your logo would be. This is your recent posts, search bar. This is really amazing because most themes you're going to have to pay to have these functionality in here. So to have everything like this is the skeleton for what you need for a website. This is mutabon for free, and it took 1 second to install. This is how you set up privacy policy on your website, and this is very important. Every website must have a privacy policy, because even if you use Google Analytics, that I'm going to explain in this video, which tracks users' data, this tracks specific information of your users, such as demographics, their age, gender, where they're from, what cities they're from. Even if you're not collecting emails for an email list, you still need this set up. So, and it's actually very easy to do. All you want to do, to move my face again, is you want to head on over to settings on WordPress and click privacy. Boom, you're on privacy, and then boom, we want to click create. And this is going to make just a generic one that applies to a lot of different people. Here, editor, blah, 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 blah. Who are we? A suggested text. Let's get rid of all the suggested text. Boom, let's just delete that. And obviously, depending on your website, you're going to be a bit more specific. If you're something to do in the health niche, if you're offering medical advice, if you're a nurse writing about your past experiences, then it's a bit more cheeky, you know, you have to really be careful. Because this website is not going to be too general, I'm actually going to put more emphasis on it when I actually start writing the medical pages. But I'm just going to simply delete this. Boom, if you leave comment on our site, blah, 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 delete suggested text, delete this, just delete all the suggested text. Obviously, you do want to go into a lot more detail depending on your website, but I think this is fine enough. So as this is a page, you want to have your author. I'll show you how to change your author afterwards, and you just click publish. Now, as you can see on our home page, this is our home page. In the top bar, it says privacy policy. So boom, we click here, privacy policy I just created. Aside from the privacy page, there are two other essential pages that should be included when you make your website. These are the about page and the contact page. The contact page is extremely simple. All you want to do is you want to navigate to pages, and you'll click on pages, and you want to write contact. At the most simple right now, you just want to create an email address, a Gmail is okay, directing people to the specific email and contact this email for any queries. So for example, contact me at successinwealth@gmail.com for any queries, and you're going to hit publish. Now you do want to, in the later life, add an image, make it look a bit more attractive, but right now this is the bare essentials that we need to get our website running. And also we want to do an about page. Now this can be extremely simple as well, but in order to establish E, which is expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, to make you rank and make people believe in your website, believe in your brand more, we want to flesh this out. But again, at the simple level that we're doing now, we just want to rewrite about, and you want to say something like, you know, what your mission is, sort of like a company mission statement. Very, very simple. Very simple. Now we want to change our WordPress author, so as the author for all the pages won't be your username. So how we do this is we go to users on the WordPress dashboard, users. We want to click on the user that we want to change. And for here, for your nickname, you want to put how you want to be on your website. Now, you don't actually have to have your name. I have a lot of friends who use a pen name, but I don't have a problem with having my real name. I think it adds some credibility to the website. So I'm just going to write my name, Dylan, and you can see at the bottom here, display name publicly as. So I'm going to change it as Dylan and simply update the profile. Now, when I go back to my website, you will see instead of Dylan Watson Business, it is Dylan. This is just a lot better and makes your author look a lot more presentable and better for readers. Now, regarding plugins for your website, I recommend you keep it very minimal. Remember, every single plugin that we download to our website is opening another door for someone to come into our website and do funny business. The most security leaks you get hacked is going to be from plugins. So keep it minimal and only download the CertE certified. I'm only going to download 5 plugins, and you don't need to download any more. Breeze, this comes with CloudWays and makes it faster. Header for a code manager to easily put in Google Analytics. Remember, it's really lightweight. Manage WP Worker. Unfortunately, this is downloaded part of WP Manage, and I still recommend to use it. Resize image after upload, and this is basically a plugin that every time you upload an image, the files will resize. Every time you upload the image, you want to make the file even smaller before you put it on your website. And short pixel image optimizer just goes through all your images and makes the file smaller. And I don't really need to show you tutorials, very self-explanatory. You just sign up and they send you a code and you put in the code. And if you want premium, you're resizing a decent amount of images a month, then obviously you pay for premium. But we want to keep plugins simple. The only thing that I would add to this is downloading the Zoic plugin when it's time to monetize your website. I'm not going to give you a recommendation to start and sign up to Zoic straight away, because you might not get accepted, and it's a lot better to actually have a skeleton of your website, maybe 10, 15 articles before you look at monetization for Amazon Associates, for Zoic, because it's likely you're not going to be accepted to these programs because they look big, man. You have no posts. Write some posts first, and you can find out how you can write posts in all my videos where I go into detail on how you can find topics to write for your blog for free. Another thing I would do is I would set up WP Manage. And what this is this is like a platform that makes daily backups on all your websites. So if anything happens, like a hacker hacks your site, or for whatever reason your servers don't work or your site blows up, it keeps daily backups of your website, so you can just restore your website like it was, a week ago, a couple days ago. Similar to like Time Machine with MacBooks. And it's only $2 to create daily backup. So you want to log into WPress Manage, or it's free as well, but I recommend paying for a little bit premium just to get daily backups to your website. You want to click add another site and you want to copy and paste your website's URL. So there's two ways to verify your website. You can either put in the login information from CloudWays in order to how to log into your website, or you can download the plugin. I recommend to keep your plugins to a minimum and just use your WordPress credentials that CloudWays gives you. And as you can see, everything is successfully connected. This is just a way to keep everything protected, and under one platform, WP Manage, you can successfully log in to all your websites. This is how you install Google Analytics 4 easily on your website. And the reason why we install Google Analytics is so we can track all our users onto our website, and it's a very important metrics to track. So what you want to do is you want to head on over to Google Analytics, create the account, and then you want to go over to admin. And when you're admin, you want to click create an account. Boom, create an account. And here you want to call the account, in this case, your website. It doesn't really make a difference. Boom, you just create. And you click web. And again, for the URL, you just want to type your URL, the name of your website. Boom, stream name, same name, doesn't really make a difference. Copy and paste. And here you want to go over to the second one, Google Site Tag Manager, or G Tag, and you want to copy and paste. Now, to make it even easier for you, you want to go back to WordPress and you want to go to your plugins here. Then in add new plugin section, you want to click on add new. So you want to write header manager, and the first one we want to download called header footer code manager. It's a lightweight plugin that makes installing analytics very, very simple. So boom, after we downloaded it, we want to click on settings. We want to click on add new snippet, and here snippet name, just call it GA4. And then boom, you want to copy and paste the data that Google gave you. Boom, and you want to save. This should have successfully downloaded a snippet on Google Analytics. Now, analytics are not going to show instantaneously on your website, but you do see here that when you see that one user, one new user, then you know the analytics are properly installed on your website, and you will be able to track every time someone clicks on any of your posts. Another thing we must do is, after your analytics are successfully installed, we want to submit our websites to Google Search Console. This is a Google way to track how your website is doing and how many clicks it's doing on individual search queries. And it's very important to get this set up. So you want to head on over to Google Search Console, and you want to click add property. And you want to click, I have quite a lot of problems with this domain new one. So you just want to go to your URL prefix. And the way you get access to this is you want to search your URL in Google. And you want to copy and paste this into here. As you can see, it's going to come with the HTTPS. Boom. We click continue. Now, as you can see, because Google Analytics is successfully installed, we don't need to do anything else. Google Analytics is verified. It's all calm. This just makes it a lot easier and a lot less steps. Now, while we're here, we want to add a sitemap to Google. So what this is this is giving the skeleton of a website to Google so they can rank your post easier. A lot of people don't do this, and this is a big reason why your posts are not getting indexed on Google. So you want to copy and paste wp-sitemap.xml and you want to submit it. And I think the reason why it wasn't correctly fetched is because I don't have any posts on the website. It's a bare skeleton. Usually you want to do this as early as possible when you actually have the skeleton of the website so Google can correctly index your posts. Now, regarding creating a logo for your website, it's not really too important, especially when you don't have any content. It's fine to have a website for a couple months without having a logo, but after you've written about 30, 40 articles, creating a logo is a good idea. You could do as simple as just writing down the name of your website, or you can do what I do and pay someone on Fiverr, $5. I used to pay this guy $10 for 2 different logos. Or if you want to go a bit more premium, there's a website called 48 Hour Logo, where a team of designers, I think 100 different designers, are going to compete and bid to try and win your $100 for one logo design. But it doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to create another video if you're interested that goes into a bit more detail regarding creating a logo, or you do the recommendation I recommend and go via my affiliate link down in the link in the description to help your boy out and buy a logo from someone on Fiverr. One thing we want to do whenever we build a new website is we want to create a content map. You can learn more about semantic SEO in my video that you can see there, but in essence we want to create categories and structures of different categories that we're going to speak about on the website. And an easy way to categorize this information is something called MindMeister. Now, the free plan allows you to have 3 different mind maps, and in my opinion, you should have 1 website per mind map. So as you can see, this is me, a step-by-step guide of showcasing what I would do. So in the beginning, you write confidentguys.com. So I want this website to be about hair transplants, because I'm going to have a hair transplant. As you can see here, I need a little bit of hair. And I'm going to write in depth about that. I'm going to write about anxiety, speaking to girls, attraction, how to be confident, all these different things that are going to be the main aspects of this website. So you want to click the space bar, the one with the dash and the arrow, and I want to write hair transplant. This one's a bit, zoom in again, hair transplant. And then from here you could do cost or safety. Another one, the main silo would be, yes, a cold approach. Yes, a anxiety cold approach. And also one thing you want to do is you want to search in something called answerthepublic.com, and everything that I speak about is going to be in the link in the description. And here you can search hair transplant. So as you can see here, you have the own mind map, and just look at the data. So for example, can hair transplant fail? Can hair transplant cause death? Can they cause cancer? Can they make hair thicker? So for example, let's say I want to take one of these and I want to put it under safety and write, can hair transplants cause cancer? And I'm going to go into more detail in my videos. But basically what we do is we create one page that's about the complete guide to hair transplants. We have a huge silo here. And then in each individual, on the actual page itself, we're linking different pages that go into more detail. So if you can write the complete guide to hair transplant safety, in that post you link individual posts that go into more detail. Now, I'm not going to speak too much, but you can watch my video if you want to know more about content clusters. We want to structure the entire website before it's written, just to make it a lot easier and to make Google understand, okay, this website is about X. Because if we don't do this and we start writing about random, unrelated topics, then Google is going to struggle to understand where the authority is in your website. So if I wrote 4 things about one post about dealing with anxiety, one post about hair transplant, one post about how to speak to girls in a club, one post about how to speak to girls on the street, you can understand that Google is confused. Whereas if I put 30, 50 articles about hair transplant, how much it is, blah, 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 then I put another 50 articles about how to get girls or how to get rid of anxiety, or how to be confident, how to make more money as a guy, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot more understanding for Google. It just makes more sense. I just filled a quick skeleton just for the video purposes because I'm not making this website right now. But you can understand the general gist. Just think about the different categories that your website's going to cover. This is going to help substantially down the line because everything you do is going to be systematic, and it's going to help you rank faster because your content is being created in clusters, so it's easier for Google to understand. Now, this is a bit more confusing, but if you're doing a tech website, each individual aspect of the tech, so for example, if you're reviewing iPads, if you're talking about iPads, every aspect of iPads will be covered. So Google will understand, okay, this is about iPad battery life, iPad screens, every little aspect of iPads is covered. And again, if you want to go into more detail, please watch my dedicated video where I go into depth. I know you will follow all these steps to set your website on a path to success. Your next step is providing as much value and as much helpful content as possible to help your readers to allow Google to rank you where you should be. See this video for a free webinar on how to find easy articles to rank for free with no paid tools involved, and see here how you can use content clusters to rank your website faster from day one. My name's a London Nomad. Remember to like and subscribe to help your boy out. The mission in life is to making you financially free. Peace.